not wanting to end the story. I was so pissed, bro. I
was like, bro, when the old
hurt.
man curved.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
the
like,
same guy who was in the
too?
forefront of we tell the people the truth. We're not controlled by anyone. The
I was
same
like,
guy.
At 2, my dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another chilling episode of Chilli Penguins.
Another chilly episode.
It has to be chilly. It's not just a regular episode.
You know what? It can't be a regular episode. What up?
I do regular on a regular. What? I don't know. Anyway, I am Jobadiah Tannhaus, and as always with me.
You got Paz in the 7th here. Hello, people. How you doing?
Yes. It's another special episode because we are checking out a special film. I love this movie very much. I
almost watched the wrong film, and it's not my fault.
Did you say almost? Can we focus on the modifiers in our sentences?
The terminology that I use is not important. That's not important.
Let's try that again. You did what? The wrong movie?
I may have possibly watched the wrong movie.
Oh my god, this man right here.
Possibly. You can't blame me though. They all have similar names.
No, they don't. The other one is the insider. The other one is the inside man. Just because they are both men who are inside doesn't mean they are the same movie.
But do you see the confusion though?
I mean, from your perspective, I can see the confusion. From where I'm standing, there's no confusion.
Listen, we had spoke about this, like a month ago?
Yes.
And the only thing I remembered was inside. So something is inside somewhere. And then when I Googled the inside, it auto-corrected to inside man, not the insider. So I was like, all right, guess we're watching Denzel today.
I mean, shout out to Denzel, but okay. It can be confusing. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And I think both of them had Christopher Plummer. So I was like, all right, because you mentioned Christopher Plummer at some point, so.
It is a stat cast. They are both movies with stat casts. But
both
today,
are good actually, but in different ways.
Yes. But today, obviously, as the title suggests, you know how YouTubers are like, oh, I wonder what we have in store. We saw the title, my guy. We saw
It's right there.
We know what's going on. We are, of course, checking out The Insider. Not to be confused with The Inside Man.
Directed by Michael Mann.
Directed by the legendary Michael Mann.
Bro, I saw a review that said, because I didn't want to look into what other people were saying, but this one just jumped up when I was scrolling. Yeah. It said that Michael Mann turns up the heat in The Insider. And I was like, that's a good play on words from heat and inside. Yeah, I get it. That was like, okay. So we're getting something else that's intense. That's when I knew I need to look forward to this.
It is intense, but in a different way.
Very different. I genuinely wasn't expecting how different. But bro, considering the theme and what this movie is about, I'm over here staring at the screen what the hell's gonna happen next?
Bruh. It's because usually in usually in thrillers, there's a crime or a villain and someone will die or something like that. Here it's just intense for completely unusual reasons in film.
True, but cinema. I also felt like at any point in time someone could have been shot or anything like that. He had that same intensity.
Yes.
But not that didn't happen.
Yes.
Sure. Give us the synopsis.
Yes. According to IMDb, a research chemist comes under personal and professional attack when he decides to appear in a 60 minutes expose on big tobacco.
the big T, as they call it. I don't know who calls it that. I think they call it that. They call it that, right?
They call it that. Also they say something about the big 7 or the big 8.
The 7 CEOs. I think they call them like the 7 dwarves.
7 doors. Because they're like, can't touch them. Oh. Yes.
Why would you go there?
Because you gotta shout out to Vanilla Ice every once in a while. Nobody shouts out Vanilla Ice, and I am not happy about it.
There might be a reason for that, but let's not go there.
You know, you might be right.
Wait, real quick. The film we just started talking. The film is essentially about a high-level exec, or I think he was the vice president of one of the biggest tobacco companies in the United States, and he was like in the science department, whatever, and he found out that they are willingly putting like harmful products in the tobacco, and instead of removing it from the shelf when they found out that these products are harmful and addictive, they elected to keep them there because if they remove them, it will hurt the sales of the tobacco.
Yes.
So the guy was like, nah, I can't do this. And then the CEO basically fired him, gave some bullshit excuse for firing him, and
it doesn't fit in
made
with
him
the
sign
culture.
and then they made him sign like some confidentiality agreement, as to not speak about it. And then later on, we wanted to like make it like a lot tighter so he can't even say anything at all. But because of like how they handled the situation, bro wanted to then basically ended up wanting to speak up about it. And then Al Pacino's character basically is the producer for 60 Minutes, which is a news show. Actually a real news show in America. This whole story, by the way, is based on real events. They obviously dramatized it a little bit, but it's based on real events. So like 60 Minutes is a real show. And Al Pacino's character was the producer trying to get him on to do this interview to basically tell the world and like the rest of America what these tobacco companies were doing and how they knew that the tobacco was basically being harmful and addictive, and they were willingly selling it to the people. And it's basically a story about how it's one man versus a big corporation, and
one man versus
it just gets intense. One man against the system. And I also like how there's also like this other story on like Al Pacino's character side of like a man's word means something, and he sticks to that.
Yes.
And like we mentioned, I think that's what the beginning was for. Like that introduction with him in like the Middle East.
Oh, yeah.
He's basically saying like, listen, this is what I do. This is like my journalistic integrity. We're open, we're fair. We're gonna ask the question. We're gonna ask the hard questions. But we're like, we're impartial.
Yes.
And
this belief that it's almost like, yes, we are impartial, but we have a responsibility to give the people the truth.
Yeah, we'll tell the story.
Yes,
like we'll tell the story. We're not afraid of anything. We will tell the story as it is, type of thing.
And you see it because they are dedicated to their jobs, and they are dedicated to obviously being journalists and researchers and everything. But they also care that the public is educated.
Yeah.
And the public learns about the things that is affecting them.
Bro, but again, you mentioned the cast is stacked. Like, it is stacked.
Yes.
We have like the Russell Crowe in there.
Yes.
Al Pacino's in there.
Christopher Plummer is in there.
Bruh.
Diane, Venora.
Diane. You love Diane.
I love Diane. Phil Baker is there. Phil Baker passed away a couple years ago, right? R.I.P.
I think so. Bro, this lady has such a face. That's such a
Bro!
weird way to describe it. But
Yes.
I love her face.
Yes, I love her. I love how she talks. For me, it's how her mouth moves. Ah, it's so attractive. It's so attractive.
How her mouth moves.
Listen, I have a thing for mouths, ladies.
How her mouth moves.
It's just so cute,
right.
man. The lower lip, and she has the cutest lisp ever. And yes.
Yeah, no, she's.
Debbie.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
He a
I
fan,
am
he
a
a
fan.
fan, he a fan.
It's 2021, my dude. What? No, it's not.
It's 2021.
Shush, shut up.
Oh my. And also this guy, Steven Tobolowsky. He's usually in relatively comedic roles. I mean, he was a little kind of comedic here, but I like his acting as well. His delivery, I like his deliveries.
His delivery, yeah.
But Russell Crowe and Al Pacino.
Carried, bro. Carried. This film was.
Oh, you know what's insane? This movie was okay for Russell Crowe. The Insider 1999, Gladiator 2000. He was killing it, man.
Bruh.
He was just killing it.
Bruh. And the thing is, completely different roles.
Completely, bruh.
Like, that's when you're like, okay, this man has range.
Yes.
This man has range. And I'm like, when I first saw him, because I haven't seen this film, this is like my first time seeing it. I know The Gladiator, and I recently rewatched The Gladiator because the second one came out. I was like, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
So I've got a fresh mental image of Russell Crowe in like the 2000s.
Okay.
And then I see this, I'm like, blonde, baggy pants, suit.
Bro.
What the hell is going on here? But bro, I like within seconds, I'm immersed. I'm within the role. I'm like, okay, this is who he is now. This is who he's been his whole life. Okay, cool.
And you instantly buy it because Russell Crowe is a phenomenal actor.
He is.
When did
And
A
he
Beautiful
killed
Mind
this
come
role.
out? And then the following year,
2001?
2001, A Beautiful Mind. My God! My man, Russell Crowe doesn't get enough flowers. Wait. 99 in The Insider. 2000, Gladiator. 2001, A Beautiful Mind. That is insane! That is actually insane,
That
bro.
is a run.
That is a run right there.
That is a run.
Holy
Hey!
crap.
The Beautiful Mind also has Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Ed Harris? Bro, I'm a fan of Ed Harris. That's a good actor.
Yeah. Ed Harris is he has one of them intimidating personas.
Yeah.
Damn,
Damn, but Russell Crowe had a run.
No, he had. Woo! And he was picking like fantastic roles,
Yeah.
and then the movies, which is phenomenal.
It's lovely when a character or an actor has back-to-back roles and like the movies are also like actually written well
Bruh.
and directed well. Then you know, like yeah.
Because usually you'd have. Because sometimes when you know that an actor is phenomenal, but then they're in a shitty film, and then the performance becomes shitty, and I was like, oh, this person can't act, and it's just like the whole thing. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah, that's bro. And you know what's worse? Sometimes if like a movie is so bad that it's like even like a brilliant actor's acting can't save it.
Oh yes.
Like there's a few like that, and I'm like, Ish, that's just
Also,
heartbreaking.
I've realized that sometimes we separate the acting from the story as if it's not impacted. Like there's no way you could have a great film.
True.
There's no way you can have a great performance in a badly written film. The performance is as good as the story. Like it's directly affected. And
the limitations are set by the writing.
By the bad writing itself.
Yeah.
So if you are,
you can only do so much.
You can only do so much. And if the writing is bad, then the directing is bad. And if the directing is bad, chances are So now it's a whole thing. So.
And what's worse is if the editing is bad, then you're like, bruh, do something right. Just do something right.
But what can you do? You know, we both come from a film art background. So when the whole phrase "fix it in post," or when someone gives you a shitty thing and they expect you to turn it into magic, and you're like, "My guy, what?"
What?
I'm not God. I'm not gonna magically fix this. It's bad.
It's like you give me a shitty soup. All I can do is give you like a green tinted shitty soup, bro.
Yeah, it's still
gonna be a shitty soup at the end of the day.
No matter how much salt I'm gonna add to the soup. Maybe a little basin salt. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a cook.
Basin salt?
I don't know. Himalayan salt.
Get out the kitchen.
Listen, I'm gonna hang out. Can I hang out at least?
Nah, you can stand by the window. You can look inside.
By the window. To the window. So, back to the Insider.
The Inside. Yes. Bro, I watched this film, right? And we're starting off like Mann's blindfolded. Is what somewhere Middle East or like North Africa, wherever he was.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, so this film is going to be like someone's going to get kidnapped and like it's going to be stuck in the Middle East and it's going to be like one of those types of films.
Oh, okay.
Turns out that was just the intro, bruh.
So you didn't even read up or anything?
I didn't read nothing, didn't watch a trailer.
No.
Like the only thing I saw was that review where someone was like, Michael Mann turns up the heat. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's going to be an intense film. That's the only thing I knew.
Yeah.
So I knew nothing else.
Damn.
So I was like, I think that's actually a good way to watch films. You just see, like, just have one like small hint just to give you an idea of what it's about, but like no trailer, nothing else. And you go there with like a blank mind, so everything is new, and like you get that. I don't know. I felt like I was really being immersed in the scene, man. Like really taking it in.
Yes. And the openings for me, and the opening sequence was phenomenal because in the opening sequence, you would have either they would introduce, say, the villain of the story or the main character or the main sort of conflicts of the story. Here, they introduced the main sort of conflicts in the story, but not directly. It was just like, this is what this guy is willing to do to get the story. So we know that he's a serious journalist.
Yeah.
And then because it's it's like intense, then they send us back to Winged. So after that intensity, we're like, oh crap, who's this guy? What's gonna happen with this guy? So it's a good way of setting up questions in the audience and be like, okay, have that. Don't worry, we'll get back to it. Let's go back to this other main character. Focus on him.
We'll get back to him. Yeah, don't worry about it.
That was so good,
bro. But and when they introduced Russell Crowe's character, I'm like, okay, he's packing up his office. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Looking at the way he was, everybody's celebrating. Okay, they're wearing lab coats. Okay, cool. He goes down, and then the security, like as he walks past the security, the one guy says something on the radio. So I'm interested, like, okay, what's up with this guy? What's going on? Right. And even his mood, his demeanor, the way he walks, the way he talks. First of all, the acting, bro. Like, you can clearly tell that this is not like, they didn't write like a normal character. This dude is dealing with some stuff. He doesn't know how to handle social situations clearly. And they didn't say, oh, hey, by the way, I don't know how to handle social situations. That's where you could just see it by the way he carries himself.
Yes.
That this man might be somewhere on the spectrum. They don't even say that in the film, but like, that's from what I was getting. Like, this dude is somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah. And I love how, like, in the film, this is a common theme with Michael Mann. And I suppose all great directors, the story only gives you the information that you will need. He knows exactly what to give to the audience and what to withhold. So in every ticking second, we're watching the screen, we're getting some valuable information that is important to the story.
To the story, yeah.
Yes. Even the thing that you're talking about with the way he's walking, the camera angles, the slow motion, and the security guard. The whole time we're like, what's going on? Why is he not part of the celebration? Why is he walking like this? And then when he gets home, we see the wife and the kids. We're like, all right, cool, he has a family. Oh, we get back. Oh, the kid has asthma. The asthma's gonna come back when he loses his job and now he medication. So it's all just like,
it's like, here's a teaspoon of this. Here's a teaspoon. Like, don't worry, it'll all come together at the end. It'll all come together. Bro, that's like a very good way, because like he's not force feeding us like all the information with the horse pipe. It's like a little bit here, a little bit there, and you this whole time you're just wondering and trying to put the pieces together. Again, we're not idiots. Man is not treating us like idiots. He's just giving us what we need when we need it and for the story.
It's like we are on a ride, and sometimes you like don't know where the ride is going, but you're having fun anyway because it's like, hey man, this is a fun ride, and then there's payoffs. But Russell Crowe's performance here, for me, I haven't seen a lot of Russell Crowe films, only like the big guns, right?
Yeah.
And so when I watched the film and I saw Russell Crowe's character, I somehow expected him at some point to be like a tough guy and start, fucking shit up and punching dudes.
That's what I expected too.
Yay. Because you're like, Russell Crowe, gladiator,
yeah.
You're not entertained?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll entertain you right now. And it's like, nah, he's just a nerdy professor who is, as you're saying, dealing with some stuff. There's a scene. Michael Mann. The scene when he gets invited back to the office so that they tell him that, oh, there's more stuff you can't talk about, because if you do, we'll remove your severance pay and your medical what.
Yeah.
The first scene, but pretty much, the first scene we see the quote-unquote CEO and his right-hand man.
Yeah. Bro, also how that scene was shot, because he just came there and sat in the middle, and you got these other guys that are technically behind him, but like out of focus, but in front for us.
Yeah.
And then you've got the CEO. Bro, the framing in that scene.
They don't show the guy. They don't show the guy until he is part of the conversation. That's what I like. Yeah, that's what I like. That is a testament to good editing, because it's easy. It's easy. You know how in a typical scene, a guy walks in, they will establish who is in the room. You will see everyone. Oh, this guy's sitting there. Oh, this guy's sitting there, and then he will sit down and then we'll have a conversation. Not Michael Mann. Okay, actually, we gotta shout out the editor of this movie, because
he did things.
Why am I saying? Also, why am I saying shutting out like he's gonna watch this? Like, hey, you guys didn't give me enough credit.
Hey, you did it, bro. You did it.
Anyway, film.
What's his name?
My internet is not interneting right now. There we go. I wonder what else this editor. Oh, 3 people: William Goldenberg, Paul Rubel, and David Rosenblum.
Shout out, bro. They did the things, yeah.
Yes, they did the things. Because if in I forgot what this type of editing is called, but it's like you know how you have 2. We talked about this in our previous videos, but you have 2 plus 2 is equal 4, right?
Yeah.
So in some types of editing, instead of giving the first 2 and then give the first 2 and give 4, in some type of editing you give the first 2. Okay, let's not 2, because 2 is the same. 3 plus 4, right?
Sure.
Yes. So in some types of editing, you first show 3, you first show and then show 4, and then show the 7. That's 3 plus 4, right? Damn, my math. So in some types of editing,
Okay.
you'll show parts, not even 4. You'll show parts of 4, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, what the hell is this? Okay. And then you go back and show us parts of 2. And we're like, and we're thinking that's all it is. And we're like, no, there's still more parts. And then you go back to show us parts of the answer, parts of 7. Then you keep alternating between the 2 until the whole thing is revealed at the end. And that's the kind of
Yeah.
editing that is employed here, I think. Because you remember,
Yeah.
even in remember the golfing scene when the guy, yeah.
Bro, that golfing scene was intense, actually.
It was intense, but nothing much happened. If you think about it,
Nothing happened. Yeah.
He was just golfing, and he suspected a guy, but the guy didn't do anything overtly suspicious.
He was just there golfing, and then at the end, just looking at him.
Yeah, and you're like, what's your angle here, my guy?
Bro, that's one of those scenes where, because he also it played on his paranoia, but in a way that like was ingenious. Because like you mentioned, nothing really happened in there, but it's not like one of those nothing happened where it's like, oh, you didn't need that scene. That scene was very important to the film because it then further added on this idea that he's either being followed or they're trying to mess with him psychologically.
Yeah.
Because now he's thinking like, did they send this guy? And we're thinking the same. Like, wait, who the hell is this guy? Because was he just golfing, or was he there to watch him?
Yeah. And they gave us enough to suspect the guy, but also enough to for if someone else was like, this guy is just golfing, that would make sense. But since we identify with the character, we're like, no. The way he was looking at me, the way he was holding the stick, thumbs up. So that's
it's
it.
like, you have good arguments on both sides.
Yeah, you have good arguments on both sides, and it's up to I guess the main character and us as the audience to pick which side we want, or not necessarily pick, but to be inclined to pick because of the circumstance of the story and of the film.
Yeah.
Because it would have been easy to. I don't think it would have worked if the director made it obvious that this guy is after him.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have worked.
Because now it's not paranoia. It's just like genuine. What is it? I'm genuinely scared because logically someone is trying to harm me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but if
family.
but if it's paranoia, then it's worse because it's like, am I imagining this? Am I thinking too much? And it's like, no,
It's all in my head.
nah, it's out there. Even with the scene where the baby suspects, the baby says there's someone outside, and then he goes and investigates.
Bro.
Love that scene.
That scene was intense, bro. And again, like, no gunfires were happening in this film, no shootouts, but the intensity was like there's gonna be a shootout.
Yes.
So much, bro. Also, later on when he calls the FBI, also F those dudes, bro. I was mad.
The FBI went and started questioning him.
Yeah.
Bruh, I was so mad as well. I was like,
what the hell's wrong with these people?
But that's the thing, because like the FBI has to be impartial, so they can't treat you as if you are all good. But at the same time, like, bro, I called you guys.
I called you for help.
So why
I'm
are you
the one who's being threatened,
bruh? Why are you so suddenly insinuating that I might also have some shit going on? That's
bruh.
And they're like, oh, what kind of guns do you have? Now, why is that relevant?
Bruh.
I mean,
Bruh. And when they took his PC, I'm like, what
bruh.
the fuck? There's this one line he says, what does he say? When the FBI was like, are you an emotional person?
Right? It's like,
I was like, oh no.
What do you mean,
like,
bro?
He's like, do you have a history of emotional problems, Mr. Wagon? And he's like, yes, I do. I get extremely emotional when assholes put bullets in my mailbox.
Bruh.
Like,
because why would you even ask that question?
what would you even ask that question? that was, yeah, no, the FBI pissed me off on that one. They really pissed me off on that one. But also, bro, like the intensity and the scenes, bro. Like, imagine just coming home and seeing a bullet in your mailbox. You know what? It's like there's this looming threat of violence without there being actual violence.
Because the threat sometimes can be worse because it gets blown out in your mind because you start imagining the worst things.
Yeah.
But your family, but your wife, your kids. But the oh man, again, shout out to Michael Mann and shout out to the editors of the film. Remember the scene we were talking about the baby saying there's someone outside.
Yeah.
So during the day, this how smart the people that work in cinema are. During the day, the wife is looking outside as the Winkhead and the little girl, they are gardening, right?
Yes.
But they are also giving us information that this gardening will be important later. It's gonna be a payoff, because it wouldn't have hit if it was if we only saw the footprint in the garden if we hadn't seen the garden during the day.
Actually, yeah, because that's when they were like, hey, here's something for you. I'll come back to it later on.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
And you think it's arbitrary. It's like, okay, it's just a father-daughter thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're gardening. And they made sure that they gave us some close-ups of the plants and of the garden.
Yeah, with the broken twigs and everything.
So when at night there's a footprint there, you're like, but it's been established, so it hits. And the whole film is just those moments. It's just those moments. Set up.
Give you something here.
Don't worry
Literally
about it.
set up. And then payoff. Well executed and well edited. That's what I'll say.
Yes. Every moment counts.
Bruh.
I'll also love the
Yeah.
the relationship that Pacino's character has with Winkhead.
What the hell is Pacino's character called? Lau, I think.
I am Klaus. What is
I think it's like Lau something.
it is called Bergman.
Yeah, Lau Bergman.
That's his name.
Yeah. Lau Bergman and Wingard. What's Wingard's? Jeffrey?
Yes.
Jeffrey. Bruh. The relationship that they build is
because
very strong.
Pacino starts out as just a journalist and somehow becomes a friend. But I also get that sense of like Pacino is like protective of Wingard.
Yeah.
Because Wingard has no one, essentially.
No, yeah. But that starts off in the beginning though, because when they first built that relationship, he was like a source because Pacino just wanted like information, like someone to help him understand those books, and you could tell that this guy knows a lot more but can't talk about it, and you could tell that like he's either scared or like worried about something. So I think that's when like the protectiveness came from, because there was also a lot of like moments where Jeffrey was like sort of insinuating that you don't care about me, like what about my family, like we're gonna be on this together. And then Pacino's character was like, I don't hang out sources to dry. Like I always protect them. And even that time where after he went to the office and we met the CEO for the first time, and he called them saying like you ratted me out or whatever, Pacino went to his house in the rain,
In
not
the rain,
looking for
yeah.
him, not looking for him to continue with the story, just to set the record straight that he never burned his sources, and
Like,
that's something that he would
why would
never
I
do.
jeopardize your career and my career and ratchet you out when I need something from you?
And you haven't even given me that thing that I need.
Yeah.
Like, why would I do that? Like, he went there to make sure that, like, listen, that's when I was like, I knew this man's integrity meant something to him. Like, it's like, story, no story, this is something that I do not do. It's like one of those, like, he's cold type of things.
Yes. But I see how we obviously didn't grow up with Pacino. We only watched him, going back to his older movies.
Yeah.
But this man just commands the screen, bro. There's something about him, bro. I don't know what it is. He's just so I get like the craze that when people look back, like,
The Pacino craze.
yes, like,
Yeah.
I get it. 'Cause he could be playing because think about it. Our previous movie, Pacino was a cop, and now he is a journalist. It's almost like he's leveling down. Not to say journalists rank lower than cops. I'm not just saying that, but in the coolness scale, I don't know, man. If
coolness
it's only me
scale.
who's cooler between a cop and a journalist, I'm like, put my money on the cop. That's just me.
Funny enough, he was a cop in Heat and a journalist here, but he's more intense here.
Yeah.
The intensity is like a lot higher here.
Yeah, it's also like, I don't know, it feels like in older movies anyone could be a badass, but in our generation, if you want to be a badass, you have to be actiony and tough,
Yeah.
fight. And we're seeing like maybe in the 90s and stuff like that, I could be wrong, but there's that element of that, anyone could be cool or could be what's the word that I use? I literally just forgot.
Fight.
Badass. Nah,
Badass.
Any role could be a badass if you play it awesome. But
Yeah.
now it's like you have people like Dwayne The Rock who want to be badass and their performances are but at the same time you have people who are, I don't know, say John Wick, for example, Keanu,
Yeah.
who is a badass because he's an action hero. But in the 90s and 80s, it was not limited to action.
Yeah. Like, they don't write thrillers like they used to, man.
Yeah.
Because it's literally badass without any blood or
Yeah.
violence. Violence not needed.
Yes.
Bro,
I mean,
and
if you look back and think of movies like, obviously, The Godfather, there was badass shit, there was blood, there was violence there, but it was for the type of film that it was.
yeah.
I also like the simplicity of these movies. Like, it's such a simple plot. One of the things that has been said about filmmaking is, the gurus will usually say, make simple stories and complex characters. And I think
True.
Michael Mann movies, they encapsulate that pretty easily.
The one thing that you mentioned, and it's so true, I'm also thinking about it now. Like, Michael Mann always gives us a setup and a payoff. And some of them, here's the thing, some of them we actually see coming, but they still hit when they happen. For
Yes.
example, when with his wife, bro, I was like, I just had the feeling that she's gonna leave this man. I just kept getting like hints like she's gonna leave this man, and I'm like, I just keep getting these hints, and I'm like, I don't want this to happen, but I feel like it's gonna happen. And when it happens, even though I knew the whole time, I'm like, flip, it still hits.
Yeah.
It still hits. Because like when especially like it got confirmed when he was washing his hands in the sink, and she was like, use the bottom sink, and he was like, it's all the same anyways. And then she turned off the water, he turned it back on.
Yep.
And then there was like that moment of silence for a second, and then he tried to turn it off, and then she was like, just leave it on, and she left. And I was like, that kind of sounds like the last argument.
Yeah, and you can,
That-
it's like, this is not about the tap. This is not about the water.
Not about water at all.
Yeah, this is, and it's you're right,
Bruh.
and it's a fight, it's about on a physical level. It's about this thing, but we as the audience we know
It's like,
it's nothing to do with it.
it's got nothing to do with it. And for
Yeah.
me, it was like, this is not sounding like it's going to be another one of these.
Yeah.
Because later on, he's downstairs, and she walks down calmly, softly, sits down on the stairs, looks at him, and what did she say?
I want to say the typical line like I can't do this, but that's not what she says.
Maybe she says that. I don't know, man. She says something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then he's like, can we talk about this when I get back? In my head, I'm like, she's not going to be here when you get back, my dude. She is not going to be here when you get back. Because even the way she's like, yeah, she just agreed and then got up. And I'm like, that's the yes of a woman that's not going to see you again. But like, it's also the innocence. What hits, because here's the thing, like, we know. I think it's also because we as the audience, we know what's going on. We see it. We see her face. We see her reaction. We can see that there's other like underlying things. But also because of like the character that he is, and how I 100% believe that he's on the spectrum somewhere along the lines.
Yeah.
So we also see that he's not 100. He's not seeing it like we're seeing it, and like how she's seeing it. He's not seeing it that way, because in his mind, he's doing the right thing. Like, he's legit just doing the right thing, right? By like telling the story, going to court and testify. He's doing the right thing. So he's not seeing it from all the perspectives. So when he comes back and she's not there and the note is there, it's like he gets hit by a ton of bricks.
Yes.
Because, you know, sometimes, like, you know what happens where, like, we as the audience, we see something's going on and we're like, how do you not see this, bro? Like, what kind of a dumb character are you to not see what's going on in your own house? With him, it's not like that, because we understand why he can't see it.
Yeah, because we understand his character.
We understand his character, so it makes sense that he can't see it. And I'm like, that's just good writing, bro. That's just brilliant writing right there.
Because usually, yeah. And the way these scenes are handled, it's not some long drawn out fight or discussion about divorce or anything. It's just like she comes in, delivers the news. Can we talk about this? And he's like, yeah. And so when he comes back again, she said up, okay, I can't do this anymore. Yes. So when he comes back and we see that, oh, she has actually left, that's where it's longer, because that's the part where we're supposed to feel. This part is like, I'm giving you something. Obviously, it's terrible news, but I'm not gonna linger on this news because it's just news. We're gonna linger on the impact of the news.
The impact of the news, yeah.
Bro,
we actually never read what was on the letter.
Yeah, we don't. We don't need. My comment knows, Hori, we are smart.
And I
my comment is like,
man.
I'm dealing with PhD audiences here. Because if you think about it, in other movie, we would have heard a voiceover, Dear Jeffrey.
Right? Actually, yes.
I swear to God, would have heard it. I've shared the most beautiful years of my life with you.
Oh, man. With the song in the background.
You gotta have a song in the background.
Oh, shit. Bruh. But like, the emptiness of that house just said everything.
Yeah.
It literally said everything, bro. No, Michael Mann, he executed that very well. And another thing, like the big corporations, bro, they were the villain of the story, and they felt like a villain of the story, and they were a huge threat. Very limited screen time.
Very limited screen time.
Like, that's how you know you wrote, because they didn't. It's not like the one person was the villain. I mean, sure, like the CEO, yeah, but it's like the tobacco industry. They were the villain, and they were like a very dangerous villain because of like the threats and like the threat to the it's like there was no low they could stoop, they couldn't stoop to, but also they had in a way the law on their side. I don't know how to describe it, but like they were like, and again, like very intense, very threatening, without overtly going to your house and putting a gun in your face.
Yes. I think one of the best ways Michael Mann achieved that is that we don't see the villain without the main character involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see them on their own, plotting on their own.
You don't see them.
And that's actually brilliant.
Yeah. We don't see them plotting. Oh, what is he doing? Nah. We don't see them. We don't see them figuring things out. We only see them either, we sees a guy or sees a gun or sees a thing, or at court and they are there, or at hearings and everything, or on the news. But we don't see the villain just plotting, because they would have. Because it's not about them.
It's really not about them.
Yeah, I feel like it would have diluted the story, because now we're seeing a lot of this corporation, and it's unnecessary. But also from a practicality, the film is long, so you only have to include what we need.
Bro, the film is long, bro. And the thing is with this film, like when he finally was like, nah, fuck it, I'm doing the interview. These people play with my life, and they were like, you can't release it. Like, okay, no, it's fine. We tape the interview, and then I'll go to court afterwards. But you keep the tape and you release it later. When he went there, and they were doing the interview, and they were actually taping the interview, and he was actually telling us all of these things. First of all, that was a greatly shot interview.
Bruh.
In my brain, I'm like, this is a typical like ending scene though.
Yeah, like
it's like
the truth is released.
The truth is released. Blah blah blah. We can end happily ever after. But that was in the middle of the film.
Yes, because
so I'm like,
what's gonna happen then?
Bro, that's what I'm thinking. Like, why is this the middle? Bruh. I feel like this is what Pacino has been trying to get the whole time in the beginning, and he's got it. And we're in the middle? What do you mean, Sway?
Bruh.
Nah.
And then the two guys that Pacino works with, when they curved and not wanting to end the story. I was so pissed, bro. I was like,
bro, when the old man curved.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
the
like,
same guy who was in the forefront of, we tell the people the truth. We're not controlled by anyone. The same guy.
Act 2, my dude?
Bruh. Because
I was pissed.
A couple of scenes before that lawyer lady came through, right?
Yeah.
That lawyer lady who was representing CBS, and it was like,
with a nice face.
It jeopardizes the company, so you can't. And the guy's like,
yeah,
this when you guys care what we do. We've never been here.
Bruh.
And then the following scenes, the guy's like, I can't hear it. I'm like, yo, Christopher Plummer, I respect you, but you're being a little bitch right now. Can we? What the hell's going on right now?
What the hell's going on right now, man? I trusted you.
Bro, I trusted you, Chris.
How you gonna do me like that, Chris? How you gonna do us like that?
But also, I love how there's a thing I saw where it's like, if you want your audiences to care, you can keep throwing shit to your main character and have their lives follow. This man's life falls apart, bruh.
All the way apart, dude.
Like
all the way apart.
They keep throwing things at him. One thing going right, and then they leaked that he shoplifted, and I'm like, bruh, everybody shoplifted when they were young. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh, he was violent. Oh, he has an ex. Oh, child support. Oh my god, bruh. Oh
it's
my
like it
god.
just doesn't end, bro.
Bruh.
And the thing is, one of the things, bro, like, and I felt this, and I think Malcolm Mann was suddenly dropping hints because of his character and like how he is and how he doesn't handle like emotional things well, and like we get that from early on, right?
Yeah.
And when he recorded the story, and when he found out that if he goes to court and like tells us things, he could potentially get arrested, and then he was going on like, then who'll take care of the kids? Like, well, my wife has to go and work. My daughter has asthma. Like medical, who's gonna do this thing? And he was thinking about it the whole time, and then he eventually decides the truth is more important. Fuck it, the people have to know. and he goes to court and tells us. So he made that decision. He leaped forward, knowing all of these risks. He leaped and did it. And after that, after he did all of that, everything just went south. They're like, we can't air the interview. The court thing has been sealed, so they can't even write about it.
But they're still releasing some stories about him, just ruining his life.
And he started releasing stories like painting him as a bad person. At that point, I'm like, I'm worried about this man's life. His wife left him. He only sees the kids every now and then. I'm like, okay, I'm worried about this man now.
And it's so good that it was because of his decision.
Yeah,
because it would have been easily, because they tried to go the route of if he is in court and he does not speak the truth, he will be held in contempt, right?
Yeah.
But he went with the route of, I'm gonna do it anyway, knowing the risks.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth.
And I love it when in movies when bad things happen because of the main character's actions. I think that's the essence of building or showing character, because sometimes you would have things that are happening because of someone else in the story and they are affecting the character, but they don't hit as much. But if they're happening because of the main character's conscious decision.
This was a direct retaliation because of the character's decisions.
Yes.
And I think that's what made it hit. Because they were not just picking on him for the sake of picking on him. Then it would be like, bro, come on. But it's like, these guys are trying to protect themselves, so they're gonna do whatever it takes to paint him badly. So because he did this, they're doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and you remember when we were talking about the killer, and we were like, one of the things David Fincher likes to do is have both people in an argument right.
Yeah.
The tobacco company is right for protecting their business from someone who's leaking information.
Money.
Yes. And actually, they are more legal than him because he signed the disclosure. So
the
it says,
they might not be right, but they're in the legal.
Yeah, in the legal eye. In the legal eye, they have every right to tell the man not to release, because legally he's compelled to keep the information or the secrets or the contents of the business.
Yeah.
He signed the non-confidentiality thing, and if you want to breach that, there will be actions,
bro.
And the company, they take legal actions, but because they are bad guys, they also take some illegal actions like the threatening and the bullets and the thing.
Yeah.
But they also say, if you release this information, we will take away your money, because we have the right to do that as a business. We will take away your medical things because we have the right to do that as a business.
As a business, yeah.
It's kind of messed up to do that to another human.
Protect ourselves.
Yeah, we gotta protect ourselves. So they are also, in their own way, in the right. And they have...
in their own villainous way, they are.
Yes.
Bro, but like, when they were starting to feed all this information, and then they were like having all these pieces on him, and they were just talking all this like messed up stuff, and then the CBS company now went on air and then basically had the interview, but basically said on the interview that we can't talk about it, we can't even say his name.
Bruh.
And they just blurred out his face. And he was just there in the hotel watching it.
Like,
in silence.
Well, what's the point of showing it if you're not gonna show it?
Bruh. And that's for me, that's when I was really worried about him, because it's like all of this, all of what he did, all of his sacrifices, he lost his family. Was that all for nothing?
Bruh.
And that's why Pacino's character called him, because he also was, and he was like, man was not picking up the phone, not doing anything. He was just sitting there in silence. He called the hotel, and the hotel people were like, I think we should call the cops. He's not responding. At that point, I'm worried. I'm like, what is this man gonna do?
Didn't he have a gun as well?
Yeah, he owned like 3 guns.
No, at the hotel.
I didn't see. Maybe he did. I didn't see because he was like talking to him via the hotel people, and he wasn't responding. And Pacino told him to pick up the fucking phone, and that's when he got angry and took the phone from the hotel people and started talking to him. And did you see his face? His face was pale.
Like he was no longer with us in the physical realm.
His face was. Yeah, he was like, this man is not here anymore. And like even the way he was talking, like the hotel room was facing the building, and he was basically like the whole building is closed except for like I think it was like 10th or 11th floor, and that's where the legal department is. That's where they are, and that's where they fuck with my life.
Bruh.
And I'm like,
Winghead, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, my dude? Like, what are you gonna do? I truly believe Pacino saved his life that day.
Yes.
He genuinely saved his life.
Because he became a friend then.
Yeah, because I think he said, you're a hero and we need more people like you.
Yeah.
And then that's when he also retaliated. He's like, we need more people like you too. Because I think that was his way of saying, thank you for saving my life and we need more people like you too. Because he was about to do something.
Yeah. But also I like it, but I also don't like it. You know how, like when Pacino called his connections, pulled his string to release a thingy. I think he released the interview on Variety on a newspaper. What? The Times, yeah, when he pulled the strings. And you got to see that, you think the newspaper is giving you all the right stories, but there are some strings pulled behind the scenes. Yeah, but on the other hand, it's like Pacino was like, okay, you're gonna play dirty, I'm also gonna play dirty. And pull some strings, called up people.
Called people.
Newspaper. Because there's nothing that they can do if it's on the newspaper, because it's not CBS.
It's not CBS, it's a rival company. Yeah. There's like nothing they could do at that point. But bro, like that's oof.
But also, did you see the lady who was speaking about Debbie?
Yeah.
On oh my god, Michael Mann. There's a scene at work when they're discussing with everyone what can they do. What is this guy not telling us? Remember the scene the lunch scene.
The lunch scene, yes.
They kept lingering on Debbie's face during that scene.
Yeah.
But she didn't do much in the scene. But Michael Mann was like, remember this character, she's gonna be important in the third act. And then about 40 minutes later, Pacino calls.
Bro.
Bruh. Pacino calls Debbie. Debbie comes in clutch and we're like, oh, that's why. Because if they hadn't planted her in our minds in that scene,
you'd be like, why are you calling this random lady?
Why are you calling this random lady who was just at the lunch table?
Yeah.
She wasn't saying much, but they knew that the audience is gonna need her, and we need them to know that she's important.
She's important. She's got connections. She's one of them.
Yes, she's one of them ones.
She's one of them ones. Who's the lawyer lady? There was one scene at the end, when they eventually, was it before they eventually decided to end the interview or after?
Lawyer lady from?
When the lawyer lady came in and was like, Mike, we can't do this, and then he was like, that's Mr. Wallace. I was like, oh damn. It was after they watched the edited one, but then they removed the part that he wanted in. So he was like, where's the rest?
The part where he was actually...
Yeah. So he's like, where's the rest? And they were like, they cut it. Blah, blah. And then someone was like, it was for time. And then Time was like, Mike was like, Time, that's bullshit. You corporate lackey. He was going off on him. And then the lawyer lady was like, Mike. And then he turned and was like, Mike, try Mr. Wallace. We may work in the same corporation, but that does not mean we work in the same profession. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
He went in there.
Because they were seeing, Mike Wallace and the team, they were seeing that they are You know when a bad person is trying to be a good guy and is like, listen, I'm on your side, I'm helping you, and you're like, no, you're not.
Nope.
No, you're not.
I can see. I can see through the bullshit.
Yes.
I can see it right through the bullshit.
I can see right through. That's what they were trying to do with that. And Mike is like,
Yeah.
this is not my first rodeo.
Yeah. Mike was like, I'm not buying this. I am not buying this, bro. But like, going to the end when they bro, and it's like Pacino had to pull so many strings to get that tape played, because it was like when he did the thing with the Times, and then he got these other friend to like do a piece showing that all of the other things they were saying about Jeffrey was all like being painted
Smear
badly,
campaign.
and was all smear campaign. Only after that were then they were like, okay, fine, we can air the interview. And though they aired the interview and they edited nicely and everything, part of me was like, bro, but it's too late now.
Really?
Like, the damage has been done.
Yeah, but the damage is going to be done anyway. It's just that this time it started with the damage before the thing.
True. No, but I'm talking about the damage to Jeffrey's life.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, he rebuilt, like he's a teacher now, he's going well, but I don't think his wife is coming back.
I feel like he can. I feel like she can come back. Because the reason why the wife left, well, one of the major reasons was that she generally didn't feel safe. Remember, she's the one who saw the "we will kill you" message.
Yes,
and then
yes.
And then the panicking and the gun, the bullet, and
actually
the security guards in at home constantly watching. She was just genuinely scared for her life and her kids.
But also, I don't think she'd come back because, yes, that situation was scary. I mean, she could, but like, one of the reasons she left is because even with all the danger, he continued to. He made the choice to continue to do this while knowing that the family's in danger. So not
to
necessarily
me,
the danger
as a
itself,
wife,
but the choices he made.
Yeah. So it's like you're picking your job over me.
Yeah, not even the job, like you're picking the truth over the safety of your family. Like both are like, it's like, bruh.
They are both right,
choice.
but as a person that I love, I would think that you would pick me. I know this other thing is right, but I would think that you would pick me.
And your children.
Yes, and your children.
Because even when they were having when they went to New York, and the wife was like, "Oh, I watch 60 Minutes all the time. I'm so happy." And then Pacino's character was like, "Okay, so let's talk about the interview." She was like, "Wait, what interview?
You're gonna do an interview?
Interview? After what we saw at home, after the letter, you're gonna continue and put our like." She was like, "You know what they're gonna do to us?" So I think for me, she's like, it's the choices he's making. That's where she was like, "Nah, I can't be with this man."
Yeah. And I think that's the beauty of the scene with the hand washing at the sink, because she was like, please don't do that. Like that was the scene was about. She was like, I'm begging you, please
don't
do not
do that.
This.
And
then he was like, it's the same. And it's like, bruh, it's I know I logically it might be the same, but I am asking you, please don't do this. Can you please pick this option that is better for me? And then he was like, duh, it's the same. I'm going to do whatever I want. And that's where it was like, oh, okay. You lost, my guy.
You lost.
That's when he lost. When she realized that he's gonna do it anyway, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Because I was also like, bruh, don't wash your hands in the kitchen sink. There might be germs, and the kitchen we in here. Her side, it's valid. And his side is like, bruh, it's all water, it's all sinks.
It goes down the same drain.
It's goes down the same drain. I'm using soap. Who cares? But it's like, they might both be correct. But what I'm asking you right now is, can you pick me? Was like, nah, I'm doing my own. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Shout out to Miles, who's ruining his Riz. I hope that man is okay, man.
Don't you gotta bring Miles up.
Hey, listen. The internet is frying Miles, and it's just hilarious.
Oh, damn. R.I.P. Miles. Bruh, but yeah, no, the film, I think a good friendship was made between Pacino's character and Jeffrey. But like Russell Crowe, man, he just fully went into this role. Fully, like I was convinced that this is who he was, and I couldn't see him as another character while watching this movie. Obviously, I've seen other films with him in it, but like while in this role, bruh, he killed it. But yeah, what are your final thoughts on the film?
Final thoughts on the film. I would say beautifully tragic. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
Because it is just tragic.
For me, I agree. Very tragic, beautifully tragic, but like the intensity of this, bro. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up right over there. I don't know why I sound like a game show host right now.
I don't know.
Let's take a quiz. How do they celebrities do they know things? What do they know? Let's find out.
I've actually need to rewatch BoJack. I feel like I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I watch an episode there and there.
Yeah, but yeah, but like this film, beautifully tragic, highly intense,
Great performances, as always.
great performances, brilliant performances. But yeah, like what other films are highly intense without violence?
I can't think of one at the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation about that. But yeah, that was The Insider, directed by Michael Mann, starring Al Pacino, Russell Crowe. Brilliant film.
If you have not seen it, do check it out.
Please check. You have to check this out. 1999, year of a classic.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Yes, we'll catch the people on the next episode. We'll be checking out some more awesome films this year. It's gonna be nice, man. If you keep on hanging out, keep on being chill.
All right.
All right.
All right.